What is going on? I'm like laughing right now because you guys haven't seen this, but John is dancing in the background to all the jams that I've been starting, as we kick this show off here. So classic stuff, John, classic stuff.
I do that on shows when I'm not hosting just because I know only one person on that whole panel can see it.
So good. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Omni X-Men. We are breaking down X-Men issue 134. My name is Justin, aka No Good Comics, and with me, as always, is John from John's Comics with Kids, who was just dancing. What is going on, John? How's life?
I'm excited. Tuesday, best night of the week. Get to talk about X-Men. I snagged my new comics. I mean, this is just a good day.
Always a good day, yeah, man. It sounds like it. Well, of course, before we get into all the fun and all that other, the slides and all the good stuff, we do have a guest, as we've been bringing guests on pretty regularly here, even though we're just kicking off season 2, just a second issue in now. So of course we're going to bring on the guest here. We got my man Brandon, aka Comics Kings. What is up, Brandon?
What's going on? It's been a while since I've shared the screen with you, Justin. It's good to see you again.
Likewise.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. John, on the other hand, just can't stay away from me. So, John.
Brandon, one of the original OG guests on this show.
Yes, sir.
Somebody that really with Chet is like neck and neck on who has joined us more often.
No, Chet knows. I thought you were gonna say like neck and neck with knowledge. I was gonna say no, Chet's like way above everyone else. I would say out of everyone.
Don't chide yourself, because I will legitimately say, whether it's current Hickman X-Men or classic, you know your X-Men, so don't throw down on that.
Totally.
No, but I can't throw down with Chet. I've stumbled on a few panels.
Yeah, really. No, the three of us together can't.
We'll give. Like Chet and I off screen. We'll talk about it all the time. We'll give each other runs, but at the end of the day, I know I'm a deer in the headlights.
Hey, I mean, we all bow before Mount Olympus, right? I mean, it's just like, you just know somebody up there is looking down
before the Chetite night.
Yep, exactly.
And his huge biceps.
So just so everybody knows, I put Brandon's information in the description below. If you guys don't follow Comics Kings, you certainly should. Make sure to do so with the description down below. I also put John's information in there as always, as it's important that you follow him too, because, well, we do this show half and half. So every other episode is on each other's channels. So if you want to see next week's episode, or if you want to go back and see last week's, make sure to check out John's channel. And stick around. For anybody watching right now, I mean, a lot of you know the gist of this, but if you're new, we do these raffles, these fun giveaways, or we're raffling off where you get your name into this raffle that we give at the very end of the season. Like I said, we just started season 2. So we basically are going to be asking a couple of questions based on last episode. Some of it might be about the issue. Some of it might be about the actual live stream that we did. So you have to do a little homework. Hopefully you caught last episode. It was a lot of fun. And so yeah, stick around for all that. We'll get into that. Make sure you smash the like button too if you're hanging out with us right now. Always appreciate that. And subscribe if you are new. And I want to just take a quick second to thank and shout out JB from Discovery Bay, because he gave us a nice little shout out earlier today on his morning channel, and he's been back now, and I'm really excited for JB. So congrats to him, and thank you so much for the shout out. He actually shouted out the Omni X-Men and then mentioned the one with my show with Kavi and JP coming up after. He's like, No Good Comics again? This guy's going back to back. This guy's crazy. So yeah, good stuff there. Just wanted to thank him for that as well. Let's say a quick hello to the chat here, and then we'll get into some thoughts on this issue, X-Men 134. We got my man Tony hanging out with us here, part of the original Tag Team Thursday crew. What's going on, Tony? Good to see you. We have our good friend Ryan here, Magic Lasso. We were just talking about him backstage. He says Wolverine walks in on Jean Grey sneezing without covering her mouth and says, "Hi, Jean." Oh, ba-doonch.
Oh, I get it.
Nailed it.
Badoonch. Brandon doing double duty here in the chat. There's JP. We were just talking about him. He says, how late will John make them? Man, always throwing you under the bus, John. You guys are tight.
I did my due diligence. I I was here.
You were.
I was here like 13 minutes early, so I don't know.
Yeah, he beat me though.
Yeah. We got Alan Climbing Comics. What's going on, Alan? Good to see you as always.
Always get him and Jason confused.
Yep, they're so close, right? Dan Delatorre, what's going on, Dan? Nice to have you here, hanging out with us. We got Jackson Roy Kirk as usual, mentioning the punchline there, hygiene, very nice. Let's see, scrolling down. We got, of course, our good friend Eric Azor's Tiger. I know we have him lined up for a few guest appearances here in the next couple months, so looking forward to that. Good to see you, Eric. Let's see, scrolling through. We got Bleecker Street Comics hanging out as well. Good to see you, Bleecker. Thanks so much for hanging out. There's Jason, Claiming Comics. He's now just Jason, so that kind of makes it easier. Good to see you, Jason. He's hyped. I know he was just sharing his his copy of this 134, so I know he's pumped and looking forward to this too. And there's the man himself, Chet I Knight. We were just talking about you. He said, "John, stop. Tough guys don't dance."
But Chet was dancing at the football game the other day. So
ladies like it,
out.
Chet. You know, you gotta do what the ladies like sometimes, man.
You pick off Patrick Mahomes twice, and Chet does a little dancey dance.
Lasso says, "What if we pay dollar bills for John's dancing?" There you go.
Yeah, I mean, super chats all day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not saying no to that. Let's see. The chat just jumped on me a little bit, but we got my man Fable in the house. Station Fable, good to see you, man. We also got my man Steve Hip Hops and me representing Team Nerd Herd in the chat.
And thanks for the shout out on Instagram, Steve. Much appreciated, man.
Yes, sir. Always, man. Appreciate you. We got Austin Lemmy in the house. What's going on, Austin? Good to see you, man. And aggressively relaxing, saying yes or yay, X-Men. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by as well. Scrolling back as it jumped a little bit here. We got my man John Thomas, JT.
What's going on, Thomas?
Station. Let's see. I think I got everybody up towards the top. Just scrolling back down a little bit. Yeah, I think I covered everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Just keep going in the comment section, and I'm sure we'll bring you up. So let's jump into this here, because I know I'm a little tighter on time this time around than our usual, but still have plenty of time here overall. So I'm gonna kick it over to you first, John. What were your initial thoughts on X-Men 134?
Well, I do think that we're right in the heart of this Dark Phoenix storyline. I think it's a really, really powerful saga, obviously, and this issue does have all the action and stuff. I think it's a nice piece to partner with the previous issue. So 133, 134, they team together as like a bookends for me, and I think they go together nicely. So for me, this is a really, really quality book. Art was on point. Action, twists and turns I wasn't expecting. Couple of different characters getting some chances to shine, so it's not just the all Wolverine or all Jean thing. There's definitely the team side to this. So I will definitely give this a high grade. I said 9.6 last time. I think I'm right in that same park again this week. So 9.4, 9.6.
All right. I love it. Brandon, what about you? What were your initial thoughts of this issue, and how would you grade it?
I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as the last issue. I think the last issue, just learning about Wolverine was so invigorating. This was an expansion on that, but also kind of catching us up with some of the chaos going on. I'll give it a 9.2. I'll give it a 9.2 white pages.
Okay. Oh, okay. Throwing the white pages there. I think that's fair to say. Yeah. So I think and totally agree. Overall, love this issue. I think last time I gave it a 9.4 because Chet was on. I think I was leaning 9.2, 9.4. I'm going up. I'm going to go to 9.6 here. And I think a big part of it is just the action that we get. The battle scenes were just so much more constant, and our guys, to some degree, finish on top. I mean, there's some twists and turns here and there, and some beasts are awakened, but we'll get into all those details as we get into
literally
it.
There's a
but
beast.
There's
a beast. Cyclops is such an idiot in this book.
We will definitely hear about that from Justin here soon.
Yeah. So cool. So definitely seems like we're all on same page for the most part here with this this breakdown. So let me share my screen here, and we'll dive into some of this the slides here. Had a lot of fun with this, by the way. I was telling John that just generally these have been a lot of fun to put together, and he's turned me into like a GIF machine now, just trying to so we'll have some.
I'm gonna try to do one all with Ted Lasso GIFs here soon, so
God.
At some point it's gonna happen, because if I can do it all day on Instagram, I can easily do it here on one.
True.
And TikTok,
there you go.
First 10K video.
we got oh yeah, that's right. Congrats, man.
11. We're at 11 now.
Guys are killing it here. I saw earlier we got Raging Cajun Comics in the house. What's going on, JD? I also saw Nigel hanging out with us as well. Desired Comics. Good to see you, man. And also, I thought I saw one more. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just made that up.
And I will say, when we get jumping here on the cover, Lasso, you're spot on. We finally get Jean, and boy, does she show up big time. She's in her full lingerie costume. We got the giant flaming Phoenix symbol logo behind her. The red, black, and yellow theme going on here is strong.
Yep.
So I do really like this cover, even though it's a little bit simple and she's kind of buried in the back a little bit for me, but I dig it. So yeah, this is a very strong cover. And I remember always seeing this in the shop going, oh, that's a cool cover.
Definitely stand out. Brandon, what did you think of this cover here?
I really enjoyed the ink. I always like to see the unsung heroes, and I like to think the inking did a huge part in that, especially when you're looking at the outline of the Phoenix and especially the characters. And I'll take into account inking back in the Bronze Age was much more difficult than it is today. So I think that's what I really appreciated the most. The cover just looks dynamic. It's probably one of the better Phoenix covers, simply because it sets the tone of the power of the Phoenix from the get-go in this cover. Give it a lot of props.
For sure. And I see Lasso, I didn't realize that. Lasso saying that it's an homage to X-Men 100, and I totally see it now, and I just never caught that before. Really looking at this now. So yeah, good call there. Hey, what's going on, Greg? Good to see you, man. And Fantastic Girl. Hello.
And another shout out to Lasso, because he was chatting with me while I was eating dinner beforehand, saying like, hey, this is the Stranger Things issue. And I was like, wait a second, I don't remember Stranger Things. He's like, first issue of Stranger Things. The kids are talking about X-Men, and Will says like, hey, well, I'll race you. Who gets home first? I'll race you for my X-Men 134. So then they race, and Will is the one that gets lost and then ends up in the Upside Down. And it was all over a competition of who would get his Uncanny X-Men 134.
That's sweet. Did not realize that.
He says the price boomed after that hunters and fans of Stranger Things wanted a copy.
Wow.
So boom.
That's so wild to think
that from Magic Lasso.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm totally on point with or agreeing with you guys here. This is definitely one that stands out, especially again, just something you can recognize from across the room. Certainly iconic and ties in very well with the whole theme of this Dark Phoenix saga. So good stuff there. Let's jump into this here. I kind of threw some things together here. Usually I like to really focus on the splash page on the inside here. But we were hit with a couple pages of, kind of flashback type stuff. So I wanted to kind of, throw some of that in here as well, and jump through that fairly quickly. But, certainly we're left with the heroes still tied up. Poor Red Hood here still on his knees, as they thought that he died after that epic astral battle that Cyclops had. Yeah. So things didn't really work out there. He falls to what they thought was his death. He's now kind of sitting back up here, but it seems like the plans are continuing to move forward with what the Hellfire Club has, and just like I said, on the right hand side they kind of give you a quick glimpse as to like what they see versus what Jean Grey sees. Jean Grey. So it's just interesting that again we kind of see the real look of Jason Wingard.
Which is like they've only done that a few times up to now, so getting that is pretty sweet. And for me, so here's me on these two panels or these two pages. The first page, I'm like, holy 70s decor, Batman! Like the walls and the carpet. Look at the carpet in that room. It's like pink shag with swirls on it.
Yeah,
that is a sex dungeon, people. That is a room. Holy cow! And then what I love more, and I think Lasso mentioned John Byrne, Qualiard, or Chet mentioned it. Like the next page with you got these dueling panels, like the 3 in a row going down. So cool.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, the duel, right? The 2 Jean Greys and the 2 Wingard masterminds. Right. Really, really amazing. And for me, the best part is Jean looks amazing in both. It doesn't matter which way you put her.
Right.
I can see why Mastermind upgraded because damn, dude, brush your hair or something. I guess. Like, come on, man.
Right?
Show a
Use
little
some gel
pride.
or
You got
something.
the cheap villain mustache going.
Creepy. He's
I
a
don't
creepster.
know.
Hey, we got Missing Link hanging out with us. Station brother, good to see you.
Yo.
I saw we also had let's see, Big Herm hanging out with us. Happy
Yo.
birthday to Big Herm.
Happy birthday,
Amelia,
man. We
Station.
got the whole bad batch in here.
Yeah, man.
Bearded's
Tyler too,
taking
Dark
shots.
Timo.
Bearded, you're cracking me up, man.
Uh-oh.
He's like, I know as much about X-Men as John, is what he said earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
I mean, then come on the show, man. Read one of these, sucker, and come on, let's do
yeah,
this.
dude. Oh, we definitely gotta have Greg on
Bring
here.
it.
That'll
Oh,
be
that's
great.
just gonna be like is that gonna be a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Could
Main
bring
event
some
right
toxicity in here.
All right. So diving into after we kind of get this recap, the fight just explodes through what we left with last episode, which was Wolverine not being so subtle. He was, coming in quiet at first.
Party crashing. Party
yeah, basically said, screw it, just going to do my thing. And a lot of snicket going on. And then they come bashing through the doors here. I just liked having a nice little zoom up here of this particular scene. And then the action just kind of goes off here. And one of the things is Wingard thinks that he completely has Jean Grey, and he doesn't. Turns out Jean Grey has like just a side of her that can still control what she wants to do. And so what she does is allow Cyclops here removes his Ruby Quartz helmet. And then he goes off, and he was kind of surprised to see that he takes out the handcuffs of all the team. You can see there at the bottom right. And yeah, Red Hood strikes again.
I love the Red Hood.
Red Hood strikes again.
Got to
Jason Todd for the win.
Yeah. John, any thoughts here with this? Oh, go ahead, Brandon.
Brandon hasn't said much. Let's get Brandon in here.
Yeah, I know. That's very surprising. You can't put Jason Todd and Cyclops on the same panel when I'm on the show. First and foremost.
Yeah, it's triggering alert. We're triggering Brandon. Right
it's getting the gears turning a little bit. But I was gonna pick this as my favorite panel in here, but I figured that someone else was going to. But I really liked how they're demonstrating Jean's power, and they're just giving you a little bit more each issue, and kind of just saying how she's not totally gone. That was a theme in this issue, is she's getting there. Yeah, behave. She's getting there. She's getting to that point, but there's still a side of her that's powerful, and to demonstrate that Omega level mutant power, kind of have to take over a few people, and that's what she did.
True, very true. Hey, we got TJ in the house. What's going on, TJ? And Coach Vic also hanging out with us, and Bobby Delegato. We got everybody up here. We got 24 people hanging.
The whole bad batch
awesome.
is here. Station.
Yes, absolutely. John, any thoughts here with this epic Red Hood battle here?
I just love how easily the helmet comes off. It's like he just blasts one time straight forward, and the helmet's like, oh yeah, sure, you need to take it off.
Direct shot.
Like all it was that one little thing on the back, and then blast. To Jason or to Brandon's point earlier, inking and coloring on these panels are nuts.
Right.
Give me more pink Jean Grey, because I'm just digging it. It's cool. The layers of pink going on there I'm all about it.
Totally. Yep. Matches your shirt too. Look at that. Boom. Planned it perfectly.
Pretty in pink. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, John.
So
I'm down for pink at any time.
Yeah, real men wear pink. Chat.
I like this. I like this scene here where, one, we get what's his name, Leland. He gets a shot from Cyclops going flying, and then on top of that, not Mastermind. What's his name? My mind is Shaw. Yeah, he's like ready to go. He takes his robe off again. He thinks he has everything going, and then Cyclops is trying to be clever here, and instead of shooting at him, he shoots at the floor beneath him. So that kind of threw him off there. Yeah, I thought that was good. Good little.
This is a great moment where we're seeing the X-Men have learned from getting their butts kicked the first time around. Like, okay, we got to do some things a little differently next time.
Right. We got to get those 1v1s going.
Yeah.
Or just like appropriate team ups where we're like, hey, why are we putting this person with that? That's a bad matchup.
Right.
Or how do we fight these guys instead of actually blasting Sebastian Shaw? Shoot the ground out from under him, let him fall to his death. Like, that's better for us.
Nice.
Starting to come together now. Brother Joe in the house. Station. Brother Joe.
And Jay
Brother
Hood, what's going
Joe.
on? Jamie, good to see you.
Oh, hey, Jay Hood in the house. I know we have Jay Hood lined up too. Looking
Yes,
forward
we
to that
do.
for as a guest. So yeah, very cool scenes here. Brandon, any thoughts here with this kind of trickery?
Yeah, I don't give Cyclops a lot of hate, but I think he did a pretty good job here.
Oh,
So,
you heard it here first. Wow.
I mean, I'm looking at a print of Cyclops right now.
You can make that a clip,
that
you know?
I bought for $15 because it's Jim Lee. I'll show it later, but
All right. All right.
So
But
you're
yeah.
the one that bought the X-Men 1 original art?
My man.
No, it was Tom Cruise apparently.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy the intelligence that was at play here. I think it was cool. It was cool to see. You guys are covering everything that I kind of want to. So I'm like trying.
Then I'm gonna let you go first.
I'll-
on the next
yeah, I'll
page.
send
I
you-
won't
yeah.
say
Yeah,
anything.
I'm just like John saying everything. Just I'm like I'm with two smart people.
So wait, you're
I'm just like,
you're agreeing with us though. That's kind of nice.
Whoa.
We're all in agreement on this issue so
yeah,
far.
you know.
Can we
I-
also agree that Sebastian Shaw is ripped like Chet in this? Holy cow!
I would say he's more of an auto rip. Chet's a little bit more on the leaner side. This guy's a little.
Dude, look,
bulky.
he's got muscles on top of his pec muscles. Like, look at that across the chest there. Holy cow!
Shredded.
Slab it.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Next one up here. We got a couple things going on here with this. So we have Pierce. Pierce gets picked up by Colossus here and just tossed or attempted toss. Sorry, then he gets kicked to the face by Pierce being the cyborg that he is.
Yes.
Certainly putting up a pretty good fight here. I'm going to throw this one to you first, Brandon. What did you think of some of these scenes here?
So it was really cool to see Colossus go up against Pierce simply because we know it's a comet. It really shocks me why he's still in his human form. Usually Cyclops goes into his metal form, his Colossus form.
Mhm.
As soon as he sees adversity, as soon as there's a red flag, I hate to say it, but Cyclops his nature is very protective. Due to the way that he was grown up, especially with his little sister, he is naturally going to use that armor as protection. So why he didn't do this in the first place, I felt was so out of character.
Yeah.
And this was the only page I genuinely had a problem with.
Yeah.
By the way,
I just found
your
it
gift is
funny.
awesome.
I found it funny, but yeah, totally annoying at the same
Yeah,
time, I guess, that like he clearly has been held captive for all this time. Now he's finally free and he's still not suiting up.
He doesn't take
Right?
advantage of
It's like it was like Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron.
not using the full powers here.
Yeah,
I had to go with the just the comment here that Wingard talks about where he says he broke his first rule and that underestimating the X-Men essentially, and this was the one gif I could.
I mean, if you're gonna be an X-Men foe, that's kind of got to be number one, right?
Yeah.
Don't underestimate these guys. They kind of win every time.
Yep, there's always something going on with them. And then still, like, again, this is like one of the things I just loved about this whole issue was just the constant battle going on between all the different team members here. So yeah, this was just cracked me up here. Like, like Leland is just like not very clever. He's just like, all right, got this maniac with claws jumping at me. Let me use my powers when he's above me and see how that'll work.
Shout out
was
to
another page that annoyed me.
Shout out to Coach Vic, who's in the chat, and Perry, who's in the chat.
Yeah. Hey.
Coach Vic asks, so who's Colossus's sister? It's a great question. His sister later becomes a very popular and powerful mutant. In the chat, it looks like Brandon has already answered you because he knows his X-Men.
Boom.
It's Magic. She looks kind of like a futuristic dominatrix with a giant sword.
Right. I've
she's
never really liked her character until
awesome.
recently.
I've always really liked her character. I think she's always been very interesting.
I like
but a really fun new mutant character. She's often in the New Mutants.
I'm making my way through the back end of the omnibus. So I enjoyed her then. It's just modern interpretations before Hickman took control. I thought was very annoying. I felt like Matthew Rosenberg just didn't write her well at all.
Yeah.
And
but a really great character.
But yeah,
really
she's
fun.
Great.
You should definitely check, especially if you read the original New Mutants run, which I do think, especially all that Bill Sienkiewicz stuff.
Yes,
Definitely
and Bob
worth your
McLeod
time.
before him.
Oh, the artwork.
Yep.
Hey, we got
Jennifer's
Jennifer in the
chat.
house. What's going on? She
Three
says
of
my
my
three favorite dudes.
dudes. Oh, and we're not even wearing tank tops for Jen. New tank top.
I mean, I want her to watch the show. I don't want her to be like,
Yeah.
I feel like Jen would be the first one.
Swipe right.
Jen would be the first one to rock a tank top with us. Let's be real.
This scene definitely was a head shaker for me. I just wanted to really blow that up there. But any thoughts on this from either of you there, Brendan? I'll send it to you.
I think that it's very funny how it's convenient that the villains in this book get dumber by the issue. Like you think like once, and I love it. I love Chris Claremont, but this bit of the book, these past 3 pages, it was just like you're not underestimating. We were just making poor decisions, like we're like going forward on 4th and 4 when you're at midfield. Right? Football route, John. That's when the offense doesn't get it first down and they turn it over.
Sports ball, John. Sports ball.
Do they get a free throw then?
No, they get a hole in one followed by a deuce. Okay.
I try to do a deuce every day.
Yeah. So I just didn't like how like Leland's supposed to be a smart character, but he basically just turned into like a lerpy dude. Like he turned over to a pushover.
He's a pincushion now. He basically he uses his ability to make something denser or heavier and then does that to Wolverine, who has trap claws and is flying toward him, which really just means it's going to hit harder. I wonder though, I don't know much about Leland. I wonder if he could do the inverse. Could he have made him as light as like a feather and floated him off?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
I don't know his power
just one way
set well enough. It's kind of like if one is true, wouldn't the inverse be true? Right. Like, so I was just curious about that. Maybe chat or someone in the chat, if they know Leland well enough.
Really disappointed that Hickman didn't revive him or bring him back in any way. Anyways, maybe he's in Inferno.
Didn't we see him? Can we see him a little bit in Marauders?
I don't know. Is he still wearing those tight pants?
Dan says the New Mutants need to change their name because next year they'll be 40 years old. Midlife crisis mutants. Yes.
He can only increase it, says chat. Leland, all gravity increase only.
Well, the new New Mutants now are like Scout and her group right now. So
okay. See, we got Chef RD Harris in the house. What's going on, RD? Good to see you, brother.
In here tonight.
Yeah, man. John, anything else with this?
I mean, it was just a dumb move, but it's a great chance to see Wolverine kill a guy.
Yeah, totally.
I love the next page. I love the page next. I love it.
Let's see. Is this where I skipped some panels around, or I shuffled some panels around?
You should not take a drink when you're changing
the following.
Do you almost spit up there, John?
I'm okay. Don't want whiskey coming out my nose.
What were you saying there, Brandon?
Oh no, it was a page after we get to the whole beast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just threw this in here because now essentially we got Shaw here, who now has been floored into a different level here and attempting to run away as I throw some Monty Python in the mix. I definitely got to try to include that every episode.
But yet again, though, to your point, like the first time the X-Men faced these guys, it was like all too easy. The second time they face these guys, it's like, oh my God, we're so in trouble.
Run away.
There is an issue of imbalance going on here a little bit.
Yeah,
but for entertainment's sake, certainly a lot of fun to see everybody mess each other
right?
up.
It's like the Return of the Jedi, and all of a sudden this 50,000 stormtroopers all at once just miss a bunch of Ewoks. That's literally what's going on right now.
Yeah. That's fine.
So I threw this in here too because I liked the Nightcrawler move that he has here.
So cool.
Just bamfing in, see all the smoke behind him.
Well, and it's part and parcel with my favorite panel, which is the next time we see what Shaw and Nightcrawler are doing.
I got that coming up.
It's so good. It's
so
hilarious because Shaw has been this like, you can't hurt me. Like, you hit me with energy, and I just use that. It's my tackling fuel. I use it back on you. Yeah. Right. But Nightcrawler finds a way around that, and I think it's hilarious.
Yo,
what's up, Sleepy?
Station.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I think, what did I have here? Oh, so between this, because there is some, back and forth here. So meanwhile, at the Avengers HQ, we have Brandon here. What you wanted to mention a little bit of, as I mentioned, the Beast earlier. Yeah, what are your thoughts here?
The Avengers, and I believe at this time in the X-Men, I know Chet's gonna correct me or back me up on this. I believe this was around X-Men 167. So this was 80s X-Men. So George Perez is already on the art, I think, on this part. If I know my time periods right. So Chet, back me up here or correct me, one of the two. But that's really what I enjoy most, is because there was a time where Beast was part of the Avengers during the Engelhart and Perez segments of that run. It was kind of towards the back end of Perez's run, because he would later go on to do New Teen Titans following Avengers, which
he says Avengers 165.
Boom! Hey,
drop the mic.
Right? So yeah, this was like that whole segment. So I thought that was cool that like comics talk to each other.
Right.
And I kind of like geeked out about that page for a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
This is John Byrne, but Perez was drawing the Avengers at the time with Engelhart, and then he went to New Teen Titans right after Avengers 160. I want to say 168.
And this is an era of Avengers when I was reading a bunch of them
172.
And I loved seeing Beast as an Avenger, and I always thought he was a cool Avengers character.
Gotta go back.
Maybe I mean, hot take, maybe a better Avenger than an X, but maybe that's just me.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
John, any thoughts here?
I mean, I always loved Beast. I think Beast was always a really underrated X character, and certainly he was always the brains, and he always had a kinder, gentler spirit than later on when Dark Beast and all that stuff in the night. He became like a somewhat Machiavellian character, and nowadays in Hickman's universe, he always has these like the ends justify the means kind of attitudes. He's kind of devious now. I always liked him as like a cuddly, sweet, intelligent hero, but he's evolved.
What a cuddly guy.
Into more of an anti-hero.
Byrne was not drawing Avengers at that time.
Yeah, J Hood said that Byrne and Perez would bounce back and forth on the Avengers.
It was Perez 168, 167 was Perez. I'm looking at it right now, Marvel Unlimited.
All right, there you go.
Love that.
Beast was an X-Men.
Oh yeah, that's like the best
Defender.
investment ever.
Yeah.
Bobby's like
Byrne,
Beast was.
I
Beast
believe
was on
Byrne
every
did
team.
the 150s.
What's that, Bobby? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was still Perez. I'm looking at it right now. Sal Buscema was the fill-in artist.
I
There you
mean,
go.
that's not really dragging the bottom of the barrel or anything.
No, that's a good fill-in artist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here you go, John. Here's here's some of the wild stuff.
But yeah, Demolition Man all the way. I love seeing what Nightcrawler's doing. So if you look in the very center of this set of panels here, you see Nightcrawler is basically going full circus mode, Cirque du Soleil style. He's using his feet to like tumble spin and basically nauseate Shaw. And I think it's an hilarious decision to solve problems of like, I'm not going to punch him. I'm not going to kick him. I'm just going to nauseate this guy. I'm going to really mess with his inner ear and tumble him. He's even got his arms supporting his back, right? He's in proper yoga pose here doing this. I think this is so funny. I flipped to this panel. I had forgotten how perfect it was drawn. And I just started laughing. Like, I was like, oh my God, it's so perfectly Nightcrawler.
Yep.
Right. And you guys are right. Perez was drawing X-Men until a little bit past 200s, but
Avengers.
Also, Avengers. I'm looking at it right now because I'm a little interested. Because if I'm right, I want to be able to say, "Hey, look, I'm right." If I'm wrong, I want to be able to get the chance.
J Hood says 170s and 180s. So there you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love that Nightcrawler bit. Even though it's short lived, he gets caught at one point, but it's just too funny. And yes, Storm always.
Yep.
Always.
As usual. I also just liked some of the panels seeing Pierce and Colossus going at it now that Colossus is, got his armor on here. Still kind of just impressive to see that they're very similar power, at least until he breaks his arm off there.
Yeah, metal strength, right? Is basically the name of the game there.
Yeah.
Right. And Byrne did do the 180s.
Okay.
180
there
issues.
you go.
So sorry.
No, you're good. And then I like that Storm came in here and was able to, turn on the AC a bit. Try to freeze him out here just a little. Brandon, any thoughts on any of these panels here?
Yeah, just more great. I love Nightcrawler's situation in this because he knows that he's like, yeah, you don't have any energy to really absorb by me because I'm not really doing much. I just love how they're able to position him in this sequence because it's always hard, right? With a character that needs so much movement right?
Yeah.
Because he's not flying from one panel to another. You can just kind of take that one and then in another angle, right? It's all pretty linear. But with Nightcrawler, it's not as linear of movements with him. So I love how John Byrne, really this whole series, has drawn his dynamic, even in the arcade issues in 123 when he was the hero there. And then again, right over here too.
Yep. Hey, we got Maria in
Buenas
the
tardes, Maria. What is
station?
Hola, hola.
Yeah, no, all good points here.
One question I had was like, Colossus is getting his butt kicked. He's talking about like, I'm not strong enough. He's stronger than me. And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm just going to rip this guy's arm off. I don't get the transition. I don't know that it was explained adequately enough to me. It's not like he, it felt like a Sylvester Stallone over the top mode, where it was like, the arm wrestling's not working. You know what I got to do is just get do the little finger thing. And then now I got him.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how Colossus genuinely beat him when he was talking in his inner monologue, like, I can't do it. And then all of a sudden it's like, arm.
I feel like Colossus has these doubtful moments in his own mind, and they do show like how he talks to himself like this, where we've seen in the past where he just like puts a lot on himself and has doubts in it. It is odd that you're saying it, that he just kind of snaps out of it like nothing, but they don't really like explain anything furthermore. But
Colossus has never really been a confident character.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, I guess so. It's weird, right? So when the X-Men were first created, when this team was first made, the two characters that were supposed to stand out with Cockrum were Colossus, the way he was drawn. Look at the way Colossus was drawn during Cockrum. And look at the way he was drawn during Burns. In Cockrum's tenure, he was made to stand out. That was the main focus of Colossus, was to be the Thing, right? At the time, the Thing was one of the more popular characters of the Bronze Age, especially going into the 2-in-1. They wanted Colossus to emulate some of the same traits. Byrne, Canadian guy, coming in Wolverine, changed that up. And I think that affected a lot of Colossus's development over the course of the time.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
said,
definitely
Brandon,
weak-minded.
Yeah, chat dropping great nuggets there.
Good knowledge there. So moving on here, we still get some of the team. We get a little mix of things going on here. On the left side, we have we have Pierce running into Shaw down in down at the underground, wherever they are in these like crawl spaces. Shaw still has some tricks up his sleeve, and we get to that a little later. But otherwise, Pierce is just freaking out. And then on the right here, we have there were so many different, like, I feel like I could have found better, but the Cyclops just trying to help everybody, and everyone terrified because all they see is Mastermind's tricks of Cyclops really shooting the beams at people.
So good.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on these?
Also, Bobby says that he summoned the strength of Mother Russia.
There you go.
Go ahead, Brandon. You take a shot out of this.
I don't. This seems kind of meta to me. I don't really have any thoughts that are like forefront, other than how I feel about Cyclops.
I mean, it's fair. The Shaw Pierce thing, these guys go from top tier badasses to chickens so fast that you do get a little whiplash going here. But at least Pierce has a reason. His arm got ripped off. I get it. He's okay, I gotta fix this.
Right.
John, that's the weak mindedness coming from me.
I guess.
What was it? What did Captain America say in the Avengers? If you die, get back up? Something like that.
Yeah. Shake it off.
Walk it off. Yeah. If you die, shake it off.
It's deep.
Yeah, Lasso to a great point. I love how Mastermind is still focused enough after all that's gone down that he continues to create a grand illusion in this entire house. Well said.
Yeah,
said.
true.
That's facts.
I mean, he definitely has some tricky things he could definitely continue to pull off here. So I like that kind of
you got to look up to the name, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they explain how Pierce got. Oh yeah, they do explain. Pierce zapped Colossus with the stump of his arm, right? Colossus ripped it off, and then he turns it on Colossus and electrocutes him with the stump. And then, of course, Shaw went through the floor, so he's on another level, and then he was done tumbling and cold. But I don't know. I don't remember how he got away from being the refrigerator.
Yeah. He just brushed off the snow. That was it.
Right.
All right, jumping in here. This is where this was just some amazing scenes here that I thought. Wolverine, the lights are out now thanks to the electricity that had hit the water back from the previous issue when Wolverine kind of set that up, or two issues ago, or last issue. I don't mix them up. But Wolverine here with the match. I love, again, we talked about this before with the lighting, in the dark here, the shadows that are displayed here on the top left. It's just cool. It's really cool how that's done.
The color work, right, is so
Mhm.
on point for this entire run. I feel like it's been a constant comment from us, like how quality and sharp the colors are. And when you do something like this, where you have minimal lighting in the panel, how you use that light, Wolverine looks so cool with that match lit.
Yes.
And then below, Wingard with the like pink on one side and then the normal drawing on the other.
Oh yeah.
And lastly, Jean with like the demonic eyes and stuff. So good.
Super dark.
Yep. I don't know. I think from Cyclops' point of view, if you shouldn't his beam create light? Can't he like not see through it? I don't know. Is that
is a fascinating thought that I have never considered.
Because if you're in the dark, right, his visor is automatically creating light.
His eyes, you mean, and then the visor's holding it back,
so
it would create
if you have red,
that is fascinating. I can't believe I've never considered.
Shouldn't you be able to kind of have some sort of advantage in night vision because you have more pigments or less pigments hitting your eye?
And I don't know how that would assist his own. I mean, maybe somebody else who's in the room with him.
True,
there's
the
answer.
Scared of Wolverine.
This is buck wild.
He gets
We've gotten one layer deeper here.
So why can't he see Wolverine? Why do he get startled? Shouldn't he be
read Marvel Universe A through C?
Universe.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Hey, I know he had to think about that too. Okay, I'm just
Chet shooting shots at us here.
Everyone thought that was so thought-provoking. Chet just like, you muggle. That's
right.
what
Chet doesn't know what a muggle is.
Over the weekend.
Remember, Chet doesn't know what a muggle is.
That's what Jackson Mahomes said to the Redskins defense. Muggles.
Sports ball, John. Sports ball.
Oh, okay. Is that a bowling thing?
Here, yeah. And then the lights get turned back on essentially as Jean Grey here is just destroying Mastermind. She's completely aware of what's going on. She's pretty pissed off. And I love the panels on the right here. And I know, Brandon, you had sent me some of these panels as some of your favorites. Was there something specific that you wanted to talk about here with these?
She just took over Mastermind like he was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
That's really it. It's like how powerful Jean was. And it's just like, yes. Boom. Right. Go ahead. Like I was hyping her up when I was like reading this. I was like kind of talking to myself, hyping the book up. And then my dog looked up at me and I was like, it's okay. Put your head back down. And he started shaking. So I was like, hyping up Jean. And I tried to tell him, he wasn't understanding.
Hey, we got Alonzo hanging out with us. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. JP says, "Wow, the she looks evil in that panel."
Oh
yeah, totally.
Yeah, and this is like kind of what I was saying earlier. Is the reason why she was able to connect with Cyclops is because there's some good in her, kind of like that. I've been referencing Star Wars all day, kind of like Darth Vader is so good in him. But what if Darth Vader just took it a step further? There would be nothing left, and I think that this is like an example of that, of like she's like totally in darkness at this point. Nothing stopping her. Also, it's a cool look. I don't really like the hair being like all bloated. I like her hair down better, but I'll live.
John, anything to add here?
Well, I mean, I love the lighting on those three panels again, whether it's the minimal on her face or the slow burn intensity going across onto his face, into his eye. Really great. Like color work on point again. Just really terrifying. I don't know that I fully grasp what she's doing to him, because I think it's just vague and abstract enough that like she's giving him a taste of godlike power, which to me sounds like something Mastermind would be like, okay, I'm down. But he's horrified by the immensity of it all, and then it just kind of is done.
Yeah.
So it's abstract. Obviously, these are big concepts. I would have loved some panels showing us what that is. What is he picturing?
Right.
What is he suffering through?
Windigard. I said Mastermind. Windigard.
You can call him either one. It's the same guy.
Windigard. I know
It's two
Hickman
sides of the
refers
same
to
coin.
as Windigard a lot more.
Mentally effed him. Well, there you go, Chet. I mean, let's be honest. Where she showed Wolvie a little Dark Phoenix.
111.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. All right, moving on here. This was I wanted to try to fit this one panel in here on the left. Just thought it was so unique. I mean, anytime we get these like universal, like outer space type vibes,
cosmic.
Yeah, it's really cool. It was hard to like squeeze this in on the slides here, but really cool. And then of course on the right or the middle, I should say, is where you see Wingard really in his normal look now at this point. And
as a vegetable.
He's complete toast at this point.
Look at Climbing says Wingardium Leviosa, which is a Harry Potter spell, but now he's changed it to
it's Leviosa.
That is perfect.
That's awesome.
So that's why I almost spit there on you.
I'm sorry, but Mastermind looks like he just came off the best high of his life, or like he's right in the middle of it.
He basically looks like Constantine at the end of any Constantine story.
I was gonna say he looks like Snoop Dogg halfway through his concert.
God, yeah. And then we have Jean Grey, who kind of like storms out at the bottom there, like a boss. But then she's starting to like show that she has this headache. She's, not fully together at this point. And of course, Scott is there to kind of, look over her, try to take after what's going on, and then. Conveniently, the entire team just, is all together there, running together. So
I found 4 white horses. I
Yeah.
thought if we find the lady, hello, lady. Sorry,
the
Princess Bride.
Nope. the cape has. As he leaves the vegetable. Yeah.
The cape does look cool with the little red on the inside.
Yep. Okay, never mind. I misread that. And then, moving on here, this is kind of where Shaw still had this plan, right? Where he's like, sure, you have your moment. You guys, you won this time around, but this is not over. The part of his big plan now is turn the X-Men into public enemy number 1. So they are the baddies, as the GIF hints towards.
They are. Wait a second. Are we the baddies?
Princess Bride.
Maybe. Yeah, that was me. I quoted the Princess Bride. What are you talking about? Really. Again, great lighting, great use of color on these 2 panels. So cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the one where like we're looking at the city. It's just kind of cool how Byrne is able to fit that skyline in such a small, tight little window. I think. Yeah, it's the next page. It's gonna be on the next page. I have a little bit. I was kind of looking ahead a little bit, trying to figure out what I was gonna say. So
I can bump it here.
Yeah,
this is kind of
the finale.
So some of the big splash page there at the end. The team kind of flying off.
Dark Phoenix in all her glory.
This was awesome.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, turning the pages.
I like it.
Yeah. Turning the page here and getting hit with this was just really cool.
And the color work yet again. So all the heroes in blue at the bottom, the background with this black, purple, pink mixture, and of course Jean strikingly red, yellow, black, really great in this. It's just great. So well
magically
done.
Change her costume like she always does.
Hey,
she's got the power.
I mean, she's been wearing that lingerie for a long time. She's probably not super comfy.
Yeah,
I mean, some people are comfortable in their own skin, John.
I'm saying there's a lot of tight binding material there versus the Dark Phoenix costume is just like, it looks a little stretchy, it moves with you, looks more comfortable.
A little more comfy.
Justin and I are going to Baltimore, so we'll let you know what she really thinks.
Hey, I want those interviews.
You know what? Yes.
Magic Lasso says, "Hear me, Justin, John, Brandon. No longer am I the chatter you knew. I am fire." Life incarnate now and forever. I am Dark Phoenix, Arizona.
Dark Phoenix, Arizona.
I can't stand how the Cardinals are good this year. I just don't know why. But
Murray, baby, he's awesome. All right,
I don't watch golf.
this is as we wrap up here. Any final thoughts on this before I get into some of the numbers here?
It's a cool issue. It's setting up a lot of stuff. So I felt like this was more of a let's end one chapter as quickly as we can and get started with the next. But they did it in a way that was fun, cool, and we just got a good feeling before going to hell. That's really what it was. The X-Men are going to win. We're going to have a good feeling. And now we're going to go right to hell. You know? It's like you're getting out of gym class to go to math, right?
Yep. Burn.
Yep. John, any final thoughts here?
I mean, just a great finale set up to the real challenge that Jean's going through. And it's not Wingard's fantasy. It's genuinely internal. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I feel like, obviously these are issues that needed to be had, and to see the development of how she really got there and really turned into, what she is known as here as the Dark Phoenix Saga. So definitely some key issues here in that regard. I'm going to jump into the numbers here, and I changed some things around just to see if maybe this is a little more readable for people. But yeah, so mainly just from what I could find was just the key elements here for 134 was, Jean Grey becoming the Dark Phoenix was obviously the big one, the big highlight. And then on top of that, just noting that this is definitely the sixth part of the Dark Phoenix saga, if you are keeping count. So definitely, continuing on with that. And then for the money, well, I got 9/8 here. 9/8 of this book goes for about $675 over the past 30 days. And on average, this is from Go Collect. And then a 9/6 goes for $260 fair market value. So not as big of a jump, as what we've seen in the past.
Chet is going to be upset. There are two 9.9s.
Oh yes, yep.
On the CGC
census. And Chet doesn't own any of them.
No.
What did Chet send earlier? What is his? This is like a 9. What is it? Let me see if I can pull it up.
It was probably 9/8. I mean, let's just be honest.
It's 9/8, signed by Stan Claremont. Guys, this is my book. Like, come on. You can't see this is my book.
One day.
What's that? Oh. Oh yeah, look at that.
This is my book that Chet AOK'd to my iPad. You want the real thing? It's over at Chet's.
There it is, 9/9.
He's gonna kill me for it.
Yeah, he said he wished his 9/8 was cheap. Was that cheap? Sorry, man. The signatures, of course. So 266 9/8s out there, and then numbers get bigger from there. So pretty obtainable, I think, if you're going for a 9/8 or a 9/6. I mean, I would be happy even with a 9/4 of a book like this. I think, the cover, it's the black cover, it's tough. Some of the spine there, definitely, I imagine it's harder to get a nicer copy of that. So, but cool to see that there's two 9.9s out there. I'm sure we'll continue to see a few more of these as we go to some of these later issues.
Definitely.
I just want the omnibus.
Yeah. All right. So I thought this was great, guys. I'm going to take this out now. Again, just trying to kind of keep this moving since we'll be wrapping up here. But don't go away because we have some questions for everybody here. And again, I want to thank Brandon. Thank you so much, man, for just jumping in with us and doing this. And I know you'll be back in a couple of weeks. So definitely looking forward to continuing the breakdown here.
Yes.
Check your calendar.
I know I signed up for one other one. I left spots open for other people.
He's back for issue 137.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one I gave away? I think it was.
Could have been.
Coach Vic, he says, how much for a raw copy? So it's tough to say because it really can depend, or it really depends on the grade and what that seller is selling it for based on the grade. So usually sellers try to keep it close to what you would see as Go Collect or some of these other sites that judge based on a graded version of it, and then you can minus like the $40 to $50 that it would cost to actually get the book graded.
For the submission fees.
Yeah. So, and again, that's all based on trusting that whatever they're selling this raw copy for is in fact around that grade. So, definitely want to do your homework there if you are looking to buy a raw version. But I mean, you definitely can get a raw copy of this more beat up for, anywhere from
or you can
$15 to $30
from someone who doesn't do their homework. So,
or that too. But yeah, no, it's I mean, it's definitely affordable in the sense of if you're still trying to get this book. I think, you know, a fairly beaten up copy, a reader copy, $20, $15, maybe, even if it's that bad. Otherwise, I do think this probably goes for a little more than that. You know,
it can get up above $100 if people think it's a nice higher grade copy of the book raw. But again, that stuff is that's where it gets so tricky. When I was trying to fill in my run at the end of the run last summer, it became really challenging to just kind of, because people talking $40 to $50 for a raw copy of a comic that is not a key like this one. You have to really decide, like, is it a high enough grade to justify that? So it's tricky.
Yep.
And chat, with the 75 to 120 for a higher grade copy.
Yeah. So yeah, then let's so if you guys are, again, there's a couple things that you can win here if you're not already entered yet. We're gonna ask a couple questions, so don't go away. The people that answer first and second will be entered into, or will receive a raffle ticket to both of our raffles. We have 2 going on between John and I. John will have a mystery box. It's an X-Men mystery box that will be tailored to things that whoever the winner is more interested in. And then for my giveaway, it's going to be a drawing from the artist that we have talked about, Nicholas Lane, over on Instagram. I got to make sure to put that in the description next time. But Nicholas Lane. So yeah, as John pointed, he had just recently bought some artwork from Nicholas. He's a really talented guy. He's working on a new piece, and he actually, if you go to his Instagram account,
saw that
he just shared what is starting to come together, and this thing is crazy. There are multiple characters in this thing, and it looks beautiful already. But it's going to be an Omni X-Men, what do you call it? Exclusive, I guess you can call it, because it's going to have
our piece he's making for you.
It's going to be, yes, that's the piece. Yeah,
that's the
piece for our winner.
Crap.
For our winner.
God.
Yeah.
That's why Lasso hasn't been on the show.
It's going to have Omni X-Men at the top. It's gonna, it's like for our show. So
Holy
really excited for that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can get into this raffle, John.
I'm sweating. Wow. So how do I enter?
Yeah. I'll try to pull up his Instagram as we do his the questions.
The idea is we ask 4 questions at the end of every one of these shows, and they're based on last week's show and issue. So if you were hanging out with us last time, if you were there for some of the silliness, you can shout out your responses in the chat. We're looking for the first 2 people to get correct responses. Each of them will get a raffle ticket. And we're also looking for the funniest response that Justin and I choose, and Brandon can help us out with that. And that person will also get a raffle ticket. So for every question, 3 raffle tickets given out, meaning a total of at least 12 for every single show we do.
Yes.
So far, we got a ton of people entered in, and JP and Albert Loves Comics are in the lead. Not far behind, though, Lasso and Chet. So you got to be ready for that.
There it is. I just added his Instagram account. So if you guys are interested in buying a piece yourself from him at some point, I know he's working on several different things right now, but he's definitely easygoing, easy to talk to, and otherwise, if you want to just try to win the piece that we have here, we'll get into these questions, and maybe you can get entered into our raffle. So with that being said, John, I'm going to pass it to you first. What is your first question?
So my first question is, what issue was a Wolverine-centric issue. Lots of things going on with him. At one point, he does this amazing speech to some of the henchmen, and it is clearly a reference to a popular police officer from movies. Which police officer from movies did we say is clearly the impetus for this speech that Wolverine gives? Which police officer did they mimic for this amazing Wolverine speech?
Famous.
I need the police officer. I'm looking for the police officer's name. I will accept I see one correct answer already.
And we are looking
comic, bro.
We are looking for a comedic answer as well. So make sure, if you're not sure of the correct answer, you still can get entered if you have something funny that you want to add in instead.
I see one correct answer. I see 2 correct answers now. I'm so sorry, Coach Vic, but it is not Dirty Heart. I don't think I can do that one, but I'll do JP and then climbing.
All right, so there's JP there.
Fair? Or do you feel like that's an acceptable misspelling? I don't know how I feel about that one.
I think that's acceptable.
You think it's acceptable?
I
Okay.
do, and just
I'll do Coach Vic then.
T and Y are right next to each other. Also, his name's not Chet, so it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair all around. I think that's just
So Coach Vic,
That's just threw his phone at
judge's
his
ruling was point goes to you. Sorry, Climbing Comics, Alan, you are
Sorry,
out
Alan.
of luck on that one.
I just think that's the right thing there.
Dirty is the correct response, and
Yeah.
Chet's got to be like, I said Clint Eastwood, not
Okay.
good enough. Not good enough.
Chet
Unreal.
says
He says,
unreal.
Chet just wants to win his own slab. We all know this.
Yeah,
he wants
yeah.
to win his own slab again. Carl Winslow, that is a solid response.
Let me scroll through some here.
Barney Fife, good police officers. Mo from the free. Oh, but he already won. I feel like I want to pick Axel Foley. I feel like I like Axel Foley a lot. That's a great answer. Serpico, solid. Oh,
Ranger
I don't
Smith.
know. What do you think, Brandon? What's the funniest one that you see in there?
I like Mo, but that's because that's the only one I know who it is.
I like Magic
You don't know
Lasso's
who
Officer
Axel
McSquitter.
Foley is?
Who's Axel Foley?
Beverly Hills Cop. That's Eddie Murphy.
Oh.
You haven't seen that movie, have you?
He's a kiddo.
All right,
Sorry.
so he
I
says
don't
Mo.
watch movies.
He says Mo. We're
Sci-fi.
giving it to aggressively relaxing.
All
There
right.
it goes. He
Boom.
gets the comedy answer. Aggressively
Nice.
relaxing.
I'm sorry.
No, hey, that's why you're here. You're the tiebreaker, my man.
Yeah,
I
that worked
appreciate the
out.
help.
All right.
Deputy dog. Look at Chet still going. He's like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the comedy point.
All right. My first question here is what is the English translation for Aurora? From last issue, we learned what the English translation for Aurora meant.
Storm's first name.
Hey,
We
Coach
learned the
Vic, watch
translation.
your tone of voice. You don't.
We already gave you 1 point, Coach. You're
Yeah,
gonna get 2
man, we
points
can
on one
remove-
question.
we can remove.
It was questionable.
We can remove the point for
Somebody's
got
gotta
to
have a wrench.
like conduct.
Ooh,
Uh,
and the champs come back hard on this one.
All right.
Lasso had time to
Why
spell
did-
it
the
wrong.
cha- I
and
was
then
gonna say-
spell it right.
Chero hesitate. Yeah, I saw this. Quickly correcting himself there.
Yes.
Nice job, Lasso,
So
and then
Chet
Chet
and
right behind him.
Lasso, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not playing around here, guys. This is Omni X-Men. We come to win.
Typo,
We come to
damn it.
win. Damn typo.
Uh,
Oh my god.
That's just. Oh, down to
Okay, I see
count.
the funny one I like, but I would love to hear if you guys got a better one that you like. I'm sure they're still coming in. What does the name Aurora mean? Oh, Jesus.
John's
Sorry.
guys.
Sorry, I got a second. I got a new favorite. I maybe have a new favorite now.
oh my god.
Wow. There's
Uh,
some really good ones.
Hot dog water.
I think it's hot dog water.
yeah, this is great. I am going to go with J Hood's hot dog water.
J Hood. I mean, as offended as I am by that, I still think it's hilarious. Hot Aurora Monroe. Aurora means hot dog water. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
God.
That came in, got me in the feels.
All right, John, what's your second?
All right, my final question is: we've obviously made a lot of jokes about Cyclops's helmet that he had to wear these last couple issues. Which Quentin Tarantino movie did I compare it to in our slideshow from last week? I compared Cyclops's Red Hood helmet to which Quentin Tarantino movie?
Coast to Coast Comics.
Thunder cake? What is thunder? Is that what Aurora means? It means thunder cake.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, Aurora backwards is.
I would say I don't think there is an X-Men that really does have that thunder cake. They're usually more chest heavy than they are thunder caked.
Yeah. I'm already feeling like I'm gonna run out of paper because the amount of tallies I'm gonna have on here. Okay, so
Oh no, Jen!
Chet. Oh, Chet. Sorry.
Did he, come on, man.
but I think I have to give him this one. I'm going to give him this one.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
I'm
At least
sorry,
it wasn't
Tony Old Wolf.
At least it wasn't just the letter P, because he's
Yeah.
done that before, where he's just like, I said that. Like
He wrote
put the letter
Pump
P.
Fiction, which is funny. But first, number 1, JP. Number 2, Chet.
Pump.
Pump Fiction. Isn't that what a basketball player does when they're trying to trick the defense? I did a Pump Fiction. And then they went. I went.
Yeah,
it was a Pump Fiction.
That's soccer, John.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Steph's is Django Unchained.
Django Unchained, Death Proof, Mahogany, starring Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams. What?
The
Gimp Unchained.
Oh my God, you guys are amazing. All right, Justin, you pick the comedy answer this time. What do you like?
Oh man.
I'm between two, so
yeah, this is tough. Gosh,
it's Lasso or Hood for me.
That's where I was at.
Lasso was too long for me to like get.
Okay, so J Hood with the point.
There
Lasso,
you go, Brandon.
You gotta be concise with it.
J Hood with the point. There it is. Tiebreaker. Love it.
All right, yeah, Pump Fiction.
Right. You guys are amazing in the chat, by the way.
Just trying to get double points here now.
I'll let you know who's in the lead when we finish out. Not that it matters, because we're just going to pull, randomly spin that wheel. Who knows who gets what? But
the more
nice
better
to know
chance.
how many tickets people have.
Yeah. All right, last question here before we wrap up. What is, and this is tough, you guys. You might need to do some research here. What's the name of the henchman? One of the goons from the Hellfire Club. What is the name of the henchman who goes over to see if Wolverine is dead after getting shot up towards the beginning of the last issue?
There's no way I knew this one. I was like, does it start with a? And then
yeah, one of the henchmen. They have their guns. They just took a shot at Wolverine. He falls. All these boxes land on top of him, and they're like talking to each other, like, "Dude, you check it out. No, you check it out. Like, I think he's dead. I think we got him." And he's walking over. What was his name?
Yeah,
Rob Liefeld's left foot.
I'm sure we'll get some good comedy, but I will say this is someone that I think any of us would really have to.
All I would do
dig
is
out the Omni.
If I was watching the show, would just be wait till Chet actually gives a genuine answer and then just copy and paste it and just assume that it's going to be right, but probably misspelled.
This is such detail that I think that even Chet would need to go back and look, because this is just such a random thing.
No.
But we'll see.
Will he get it?
He's doing it on purpose now. He's doing it on purpose. There's no way.
So it was
right.
Climbing Comics number 1.
That's Cole. And
Chet
then Chet.
He was wrong. But they fixed it.
Later he saved himself just barely before JP.
Yeah.
So we'll give it to you there. Nice one.
Oh my gosh.
Chet and Alan. Darth Timo. Hingle McCringleberry.
Jackson Roy Kirk says enrolling Chet in a typing class.
Grumpy Cat TJ.
That's a funny one, TJ.
Should have said Lion Cat. Better.
Sloth from the Goonies.
Yep. I'm going with that one.
I like that one too. Yeah, let's give it a Nige. That's a good one. Desired Comics.
Nigel.
Shout out to Nigel, man. I can't wait to hang out with you down in Baltimore.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Have you met Nigel before, right?
I have, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, thank you for dropping the channel here. So we're wrapping up. I have another show I got to get over to. Appreciate everybody hanging with us still. Make sure you smash the like button. Follow John. Brandon had just put his link in the description or in the chat.
That was John's. I put.
And it's in the description, and so is Brandon. So make sure you guys are following Comics Kings as well. Again, Brandon, thank you so much for taking time to be part of the show. As usual, looking forward to more times of that as well in the future. And as always, John, thank you for introing the show with the dance. Even though they didn't get to see all of it, maybe next time I'll start it. Or there you go, on our way out here.
That's what you do when you're on TikTok, John.
So,
you're learning.
yeah.
I'm so proud of you, John.
I only did the dances on YouTube.
Just a reminder, everybody, next week it's going to be on John's channel, so that's the other reason why you should be subbing him up. So make sure you do so. And 9:00 Tuesday, his channel will be breaking down 135
with Chet.
It's
your chance to get ahead of him. He's got 6 tickets. JP's got 6 tickets, but Chet won't be able to play next week.
No, that means a week of no typos.
All right, guys. Everybody, be good. See you next time.